Hello, hey guys, welcome to the stream. And how you doing, guys? Welcome to another episode of That's All Funny. We're doing this here. Yeah, we're try to do it every day. I know this week I kind of have some interviews planned for the week, so that's good. We might get Tony from Hack the Movies. That's pretty exciting. I have Ray DeVito, the comedian. I've been on his podcast a few times. He's a cool cat. Carlos Danger from Insufferable Bastards might be on. I'm pretty sure he will be on. So I'll have to. I work one more day this week, and then I'll just be writing questions to ask people. And then Linda, we might do a third episode if she has time, the days that I'm off, if she's available, which would be fun. I fucking love Linda. Linda's literally like, I'm in love with her. She's great. But anyway, let's go to stuff that I have here on the agenda. Apparently, McDonald's, it's upgrading its burgers. Or it's like, here's the news article says, buns will be softer, cheese gooier, and there'll be more Big Mac sauce. You know, I've never liked Big Mac sauce. What is it, like mayonnaise and, it's not, no, that's Thousand Island shit I'm thinking of, right? What is Big Mac sauce? Like, you know? I don't even fucking know. I don't think it's fucking good. And then Big Mac is just an extra piece of bread in between. Like, I don't know. I've never liked... Like, I used to really love McDonald's double cheeseburgers back when they were like $1, and then they went up to like $1.50 or $1.75, and now like those burgers like literally depress me. Like, have you seen fucking what's it called, that documentary Super Size Me, where that dude goes? This is an old documentary, like back in the Blockbuster days. But where that dude goes 30 days with just eating McDonald's, and he like gets like super unhealthy, and he gets super depressed from like when he's not eating it, but when he is eating it, his endorphins in his brain are fucking going off and shit. So it's just all the chemicals in there, right? But I don't know, man. Like, I think the only time I loved McDonald's was obviously when I was a kid, and they had like badass toys back then. And when they had, do you remember the wooden playgrounds? Like, dude, back there in my hometown in Uvalde, they had like a badass wooden playground, and it was fucking badass. I remember like just being on there, and those playgrounds, like, you look at them now and they're fucking dangerous as fuck, you know, for kids. But it was bad, like those wobbly bridges that you like get on and try to fuck with your like little brother, because he's on the other end trying to cross, and you're just jumping up and down. And metal slides that get fucking hot as fuck in the Texas sun. Like, I don't know. Those were the days, weren't they? Those were the days. Nah, but that's all I really liked about... Oh, and I really liked their cookies. Back when, like, they did those McDonald's Friends cookies that were, like... They're basically, like... I don't know if they're sugar cookies. I don't know. They're like plain sugar cookies. I know the other day when I did that fucking eating a bunch of Girl Scout cookies, they had that same kind of flavor, like the shortbread cookies. That's what they are, the shortbread. And they were good. But back then, man, when you were a kid, those shortbread cookies were fucking good. The apple pies were good too back then. I don't know. Things were just better when you're younger, you know. Now I'm like, whatever, I'm set in my ways. I'm a grumpy old man, whatever. Anyway, let's go to the next news article here. Sexual assault allegations against Armie Hammer are being reviewed. And that's weird that it's like barely coming out. That documentary, I watched it months ago on fucking Discovery Plus or whatever it's called. And it was good. It's crazy that like it delves deep into all the Hammers, like his dad and then his dad's dad, and how they were all kind of like fucked up men who just like dominating women. Very 50 Shades of Grey, like, you know. But instead of like it being some romantic novel that just ripped off Twilight, like fan fiction. It's just like a dude wanting to like literally eat a woman and drink her blood and shit. Which to me, again, if it's all consensual, how can you argue with it? And he's a good looking man. He's kind of like a very plain looking man though. Like there's nothing really distinctive about him, but he is very good looking, Army Hammer. So I could see him being like, that kind of person that like lures a woman in, and then he's like, hey, if you want to stay with me because I'm rich and handsome, you gotta start letting me fucking cut some of your skin off and cook it, and then like I said, drink your blood, and then let me tie you up in those fucking crazy ass knots that they don't teach you in Boy Scouts. No, they teach you that somewhere else, or you learn that shit naturally, or maybe you watch it on YouTube, right? I'm sure they have that shit on YouTube, how to learn those sexy knots or whatever they're called. Um, Next here, Frank Ocean is apparently performing at Coachella, uh, and that right now, I guess, and that Coachella is supposed to be live streamed on YouTube this year. They struck a deal, but YouTube is like, Frank Ocean is not scheduled to appear on the live stream, so like they're just gonna like cut, or pause when he's doing his performance, and I'm like, that sucks for the people who are fans of Frank Ocean, because apparently from what I'm reading, he hasn't performed live in like 6 years. But I don't really know what Frank Ocean sings or sounds like. Like for a name like that, I imagine he sings like R&B or something, and he looks kind of like Seal but without the fucked up face, which Seal's fucking badass. A kiss from a rose on, ooh, yeah. Yeah, if I knew the lyrics, I'd fucking sing it. It's a great song. Baby, I saw you a gift from a rose. Ooh, no, Seal's badass, but I don't know what Frank Ocean really. It says American rapper and singer. Okay, whatever. I mean, again, that sucks for people who were expecting to like, oh shit, Frank Ocean's next, and then it's like he will not be streaming, and it's like, well, fuck me, right? So whatever. I'm sorry. A lot of people have been screwed by YouTube. Speaking of YouTube, this whole MrBeast controversy shit with like his friend being a trans and leaving his like girlfriend and kid or whatever. That kind of sucks for MrBeast. That really puts him in like a rock and a hard place, cuz his, from what I'm seeing, his whole channel is essentially kid friendly, right? I'm pretty sure he tries really damn hard to be kid friendly, adult friendly, every friendly, to the point like, he looks like he's very meticulous with this. And his friend making him take a stance on how he has to suddenly say, "Oh, I agree with trans rights," instead of being how he was neutral, where like nobody cared or whatever, but now he has to take a side. It's like, okay, suddenly, this is adult shit, like, you know what I mean? As far as with trans rights, and so like, are his videos gonna have to be labeled as like adult only, because it's like, oh, this dude, he's starting trans controversies because he agrees with it, especially after the whole Dylan Mulvaney Bud Light bullshit, where Bud Light had to come out with some half-ass apology because they're trying to do some left shit, but then they fund Republican conventions on the right. So it's like, how can you play both sides like that, Like, that's disgusting. Like, just pick one side. Don't be a fucking flip-flopping company, you dumb bitches. You know what I mean? Like, just because you were trying to be whatever was trendy or what was blowing up on TikTok. That Dylan Mulvaney, I don't know, man. Like, Like I've said before, he looks like a gay guy who's pretending, or he looks like a guy pretending to be gay so he could just like hang out at a girl's slumber party and take pictures of them naked or something, or in their bras. You know what I mean? He just that's the vibe I get from him, and I don't dig it. I don't dig it, sucker. Um, Lastly, I see an article about Orthodox Easter, and it's mixing spiritual and pagan elements in equal measure. And that's literally all I see. All these articles say that over and over again on every website, and I'm like, what? What's Orthodox Easter? It's for Orthodox Christians, and it's like, dude, why is everyone like, why do all religions have to like rip off holidays or try to do their shit, like other people's shit, like just make up your own holidays. You're a fucking religion, like you're your own religion, whatever. Just make up shit or don't even celebrate. Like, you know what I mean? You have people on Easter fucking celebrating with eggs and shit, but then they want to go to church, but then they want to buy baskets with gifts of like Nintendo Switches and fucking perfume and shit. Literally gifts that are like given out on Christmas, which was Christ's birth, his birthday or whatever. And now you're celebrating his rise from the dead. I don't fucking know. To me, all these holidays are just like a waste of time. Even like your birthday, I feel like, for the first 10, 15 years, it's worth celebrating because you're a kid. It's exciting. But after a certain point, when you turn, I don't know, 20 or 25 or whatever, or 21, let's say, because you can drive now and drink, nothing really changes. Like, you know what I mean? You don't get any taller. You don't get any... I mean, you get smarter, I guess. You make more mistakes, and then you learn from them or whatever. But you don't change, as a kid from 0 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3. You're like changing, you're growing, you're getting bigger. So that's worth celebrating. But I don't know. Holidays to me are just whatever, And then like when a person wants to celebrate their whole birthday the whole month, it's like one day and they want the whole month to celebrate. Fuck you, people who want to celebrate your birthday, your birth month. It's not your month, god damn it. And we should just celebrate Shark Week. That's worth celebrating. Sharks are fucking badass. But like real sharks, and the Street Sharks, the cartoon, they're pretty badass too. It's crazy they like can swim through solid concrete and like rebar and like other stuff that's in concrete. That's pretty crazy, And it must cost the city a lot, like in repairs, because that goes back to the taxpayers. All the fees to fix the roads and shit. But alas, I want to thank y'all for listening to another episode of That's All Funny. I hope we learned a lot today on this episode. And stick around this week for hopefully a bunch of interviews. I'll probably be hopefully on playing Paper Mario in the 1,000-Year Door streaming. If you're on the Patreon, patreon.com/Lorenzo Ariola, I'm doing some, exclusive stuff there, like watch-alongs of unique TV shows that I like or, get flagged on YouTube. And then check out my YouTube also, where we're going to do what I call regurgitated content, where I just do a watch-along or comment on some things, like reaction videos and all that MrBeast stuff. Come see me be MrBeast. I'm MrBeast. Howdy. But yeah, thank y'all for listening, and take care and have a great rest of your week. Bye.